Welcome to Global West. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Let's talk about coffee, the fuel of our mornings and sanity. For millions of Americans, that first sip is more than just a habit. It's a daily ritual, a small comfort that helps us face the day ahead. Whether you're brewing at home or grabbing a cup from your favorite cafe, coffee is woven into the fabric of our lives. But what if your daily cup suddenly cost a fortune? Imagine walking into your local coffee shop and seeing prices that make you do a double take. That affordable pick-me-up is now a luxury, and you're left wondering what happened overnight. Welcome to late 2025, where a single decision has sent coffee prices skyrocketing. News outlets are buzzing, social media is in uproar, and everyone's talking about the same thing: the shocking surge in coffee costs. On August 6th, the Trump administration slapped a staggering 50% tariff on Brazilian goods, coffee topping the list. Brazil, the world's largest coffee exporter, supplies nearly a third of America's beans. Overnight, the cost of importing coffee soared, and the effects rippled instantly through the supply chain. This wasn't a minor tweak, it was a sledgehammer to the industry. Coffee shop owners scrambled to adjust, some even closing their doors as customers balked at the new prices. Trump's move was part of a broader tariff blitz, but the Brazil-specific measures hit hardest. Other goods were affected, but coffee, so central to American life, became the symbol of the crisis. For Americans, the result was immediate. Their morning ritual just got a lot pricier. Families started skipping their usual brew, and coffee shops saw regulars disappear. Panic rippled through the coffee world, from big chains to indie shops. Employees worried about their jobs, and owners faced tough choices about raising prices or cutting costs. Imagine being a roaster. Overnight, your main ingredient costs 50% more. Small businesses, already operating on thin margins, suddenly found themselves in survival mode, forced to pass costs onto customers or risk going under. The market was already strained by droughts and rising demand. This tariff was the final blow. Coffee supplies were tight, and now with tariffs, shelves started to empty and prices soared even higher. Now American consumers are caught in a perfect storm of politics and supply woes, just trying to afford a cup of joe. The simple pleasure of coffee has become a daily dilemma, with many forced to cut back or seek alternatives. The chaos is real, and the cost is hitting home. For many, the morning cup of coffee is no longer a given. It's a reminder of how global politics can reach right into our kitchens, changing the way we start our day. To grasp the impact, you need to know how deeply America relies on Brazil for coffee. This relationship is not just about trade, it's about a cultural and economic bond that has been built over decades. Brazil isn't just a supplier, it's the backbone of the U.S. coffee industry. The rich, fertile lands of Brazil produce some of the finest coffee beans, which are essential for the American coffee experience. In 2024, the U.S. imported 1.5 million metric tons of unroasted beans, a staggering amount that highlights the scale of this dependency. Brazil supplied nearly a third. This means that 1 out of every 3 cups of coffee consumed in the U.S. has its origins in Brazil. That's almost $2 billion worth of coffee. This massive financial exchange underscores the importance of Brazilian coffee to the U.S. economy. Brazilian beans are the foundation of countless blends prized for their flavor and consistency. They are the secret ingredient in many of your favorite coffee drinks. This dependency means any disruption is a crisis, not a hiccup. A sudden shortage can send shockwaves through the entire coffee supply chain. Other coffee nations can't fill the gap overnight. Building that capacity takes years. Countries like Colombia, Vietnam, and Ethiopia are significant producers, but they can't immediately replace Brazil's output. For big coffee companies, Brazilian beans are central to their business model. These companies have built their brands and products around the unique qualities of Brazilian coffee. The tariff shatters that stability, forcing everyone in the industry to adapt fast. Companies must quickly find alternatives or face significant financial losses. The cornerstone of American coffee has been shaken, and the shockwaves reach all the way to your kitchen. Every cup of coffee you drink is a testament to this intricate global relationship. So what happens when the price of your daily cup of coffee suddenly jumps overnight? Imagine a 50% tax slapped onto America's favorite morning ritual. It's not just a number, it's a shockwave through your routine. The burden doesn't fall on coffee companies or importers. It lands squarely on you, the consumer, every time you reach for that bag of beans or order your usual at the cafe. Businesses aren't absorbing these extra costs. They're passing them straight to your wallet, making every cup more expensive. According to the Yale Budget Lab, these tariffs could cost the average household an extra $2,400 in 2025. Coffee, a staple for so many, is a big part of that financial sting. And this isn't the first blow. Coffee prices had already climbed 11% due to severe droughts affecting major coffee-growing regions, squeezing supply and pushing costs up. That $10 bag of coffee you used to buy, now it's $14 or even $15, a steep jump for something so many consider essential. Your $5 latte at the corner cafe, expect to pay $6 or $7, and that's if you don't add any extras. For millions, coffee isn't just a treat, it's a daily necessity, a small comfort that starts the day or fuels a long commute. These price hikes force tough choices. Do you cut back, switch to a lower quality brand, or give up your favorite brew altogether? This isn't just an abstract economic theory, it's a real, tangible hit to the budgets of millions of Americans, changing daily habits and family routines. Tariffs aren't some distant policy, they're a daily, bitter reality, felt every time you pour a cup or scan a menu. The trade war isn't just a headline anymore, it's become a kitchen table issue, changing the way we live, sip by sip. Why would the Trump administration make coffee more expensive for Americans? Officially, it was about human rights abuses in Brazil, specifically the prosecution of Jair Bolsonaro, Trump's ally. The administration demanded Brazil halt Bolsonaro's trial, calling it a political witch hunt. Critics saw this as blatant interference, using tariffs to protect a political friend, not to promote human rights. The real motive? Political theater and retribution. Trump used tariffs as leverage against Brazil's President Lula, punishing him for prosecuting Bolsonaro. This wasn't economic policy, it was personal vengeance, with American wallets caught in the crossfire. International relations became a reality show, and your coffee price is the collateral damage. Brazil didn't back down, standing firm in the face of mounting pressure. President Lula responded swiftly, defending Brazil's judicial independence and firmly rejecting U.S. interference in the country's affairs. He made it clear, Brazil's legal system isn't up for negotiation or compromise. Lula's stance was both a message to Washington and a rallying cry at home for unity. Brazil began seeking new markets, especially in Asia, to offset the U.S. loss and diversify trade. The tariff was seen as an insult to Brazil's democracy and national dignity. Lula's defiance reflected national pride and a refusal to be bullied by foreign powers. The coffee tariff became a powerful symbol of sovereignty and resistance for Brazil. As the U.S. closed its doors, China opened theirs. Sensing opportunity, China quickly welcomed Brazilian coffee, granting export permits to nearly 200 companies. Chinese companies promoted Brazilian beans, eager to fill the gap left by the U.S. for Brazil. This was a lifeline. New billion-dollar deals with the world's second-largest economy. Analysts predicted a major shift. Brazil to China could become the new global coffee route. The U.S. tariffs meant to punish Brazil, instead pushed it closer to China. This move strengthens China's influence in global trade and weakens America's leverage. The unintended consequence? A more multipolar world, with coffee as the catalyst. The U.S. tried to isolate Brazil but only accelerated global realignment, all over a cup of coffee. Meanwhile, a legal battle brews in the U.S. courts. The question, can a president unilaterally impose massive tariffs without Congress? Lawsuits argue Trump overstepped, misusing emergency powers to levy what amounts to a tax. Courts have been skeptical. One already ruled Trump exceeded his authority. The case is likely headed to the Supreme Court. If the tariffs are struck down, prices could normalize, but the damage is done. If upheld, future presidents could wield tariffs as political weapons. The price of coffee, and much more, could swing with every diplomatic spat. This isn't just about beans, it's a test of American law and global trade. For now, your flat white is at the mercy of politics, law, and international drama.